What does this say? Go live. You are live. Now let's check and make sure they're not lying to us. There we are. We're on. Captions are auto-generated. Awesome. So we're on Facebook. Let me just take a look here. So we're going from.
Hi, guys.
Hey, everybody. Just doing some final checks here with Jennifer, and we'll go in a second. Just checking. Okay, so we're good on Restream. So we're out to actually Periscope. I turned on too, which I haven't used in a million years.
Hey, you should think about Periscope because we get more viewers on Periscope than we do Facebook when we do our lives. Yes, we were surprised. We were surprised.
I mean, I have like a 70,000 people on Periscope. I mean, on Twitter.
Yes. So, Jess, I'm glad you do that. Do that for every live from here on out.
Okay.
Utilize that audience. That's smart.
Amazing tip there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that. We've learned a lot from doing all the lives I've had to do. Yeah, it's been when I was at the Weather Channel and doing so many other things. Look at us.
Okay. Do we need?
I am sharing us right now on my page.
There are banners we should put across. So let's go to Agora. Pulse.
You guys, this is an inside look on how you do a live.
What is the code for the 28-day free trial?
Oh, it's actually, you can just go to our site.
Oh, it's just on there. Beautiful.
Yeah, and you can get it.
Okay, so we're good.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So enough of this. Let's see what's going on here. All right, we're good. Hey, everybody. Dave here from iOgrapher. Welcome to this live show. You saw a little behind the scenes at the beginning there, just getting things up and running. This is a series of lives that I'm doing with amazing people that I know. I'm very fortunate to know all these people, especially this lady who kicks off everything. I just wanted to kind of empower you guys to see the tools that I'm using and successfully, thank goodness. And just to kind of give you tips and tricks on doing live videos or doing your social media, like we're going to talk today with Jennifer about. But without further ado, this is Jennifer Watson from Agora Pulse. She's amazing. I met Jennifer, four social media marketing worlds ago, maybe 3. I don't know.
Something like that. We've been best buds for like years. We go way back.
And first, which is funny because I knew Brian Fanzo, who's a huge social media guy first, and he told me, hey, I got this friend, Jen, who is interested in some of your products. I'm like, give her whatever she wants. And then, then you came with this big group of awesome women, and we just threw stuff at you, and you had a party, and you did a video, and it was amazing.
Oh my God, yeah, it's so awesome. Everything, like, I use your backpack. All of us use the iOgrapher backpack like nonstop. It's the most protective. Whenever I travel, I bring it because it protects your laptop. It's incredible. Has all these separate side pockets and everything. You can fit anything you could ever imagine in that, and it's organized, and it's safe. All your tech, if you're worried about breakage, don't worry. Like, I never stress out because I have your backpack. So literally, you've got Brian and I walking through different places all the time, like with our matching iOgrapher backpacks. Yeah.
It's funny because just a quick aside. I mean, I must have looked through like 40 different samples of backpacks before I got to that one. And they're literally sitting in a box in the garage. Like, I don't like that. That sucks. This fell apart, and then we found this one. And anyway, we were very lucky. So anyway, I couldn't have picked a nicer person to kick off this series. And I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about, well, first of all, how are you doing during this whole crazy time? So you're the social media. Tell us about what you do. Tell us.
Okay, so basically, I am the social media manager at Agora Pulse, which is a social media marketing platform. Now, prior to that, I was at the Weather Channel. So I am a meteorologist by trade. I have my master's degree, and I started out in on-air broadcast meteorology. I transitioned to the Weather Channel, where I was one of their meteorological content producers, creating the graphics for one of their shows, and also a meteorologist for one of their shows. Then they were looking for a social media meteorologist, basically, because when it comes to tornado warnings, hurricanes, all that, you can't have just anybody pushing stuff out on social. You kind of have to know what you're talking about. So I became one of those. And during that time, I've learned a lot. We partnered with Facebook for a year and ended up doing over 1,200 Facebook Lives alone, just Facebook.
Wow.
We've done an insane amount of Periscopes, Meerkat back in the day, if you remember that. So we've learned a lot about
Beast Meerkat.
Oh my God, yes. We were one of the first ones at the Weather Channel to their new feature when they were able to bring in 2 people at a time. We were like the first ones to do that, the first brand to do that.
Wow.
And then shortly after, though, Meerkat, died and is gone. But I've been in
Meerkat.
Yes. But I've been in live video and even working as a meteorologist, it's a runaway train. The 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock show starts at 5. You better be ready. I've had to get ready to do live shots with only minutes, and in the meteorological or on-air world, like 10 seconds or 30 seconds is a lot of time if you need to fix something quick. Like everyone's like, oh my God, I only have 5 minutes. I'm like, 5 minutes is amazing, like a decade when it comes to the news world. So we've learned a lot through doing lives in, severe weather to in studio. I mean, you're kind of forced to learn a lot and kind of forced to push perfection out the window and just knock it out and do it. So
that's amazing. And do you miss being the weather person? Because I know you've moved now to this, and so it must have been really enticing for you to move to this, to leave something that you went to school and learned.
And that's a great question. And so I do miss some aspects of it, but the awesome thing is I wasn't able to be on a podcast that I am now before because it was kind of competitive against our Weather Channel podcast. So I geek out with that. And I also still shoot for the Weather Channel and I'm on their series Weather Gone Viral.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Yeah. We're shooting. We're shooting for our next season right now, actually, which is super awesome. So you can watch me on the Weather Channel still on Weather Gone Viral. We're pushing out new episodes, which is great. So I get to do the best of both worlds, which is super awesome.
Have you ever thought about doing like your own show, literally your own show on your own brand about kind of this whole thing, or not really?
I've thought about being on YouTube and doing weather tutorials. Either I have a little daughter, she's almost 3, but doing fun scientific
kids are learning. Yeah.
And about writing books. I thought about doing all that stuff. I actually need to focus. That's a great point, Dave. I need to focus down and get a plan. That's the number one thing when you think about live video. It can be intimidating, right? You're just like, I feel like you got to plan this all out. If you're considering doing it and you haven't done it yet, just write out a plan, map out what you want to do, what your goals are. You always want to have a goal for everything you publish on social media, including live video. But don't be scared to be live, because I've done lives where we've lost signal, where we've had really bad, like it's really windy and the audio doesn't sound good. We've had to restart, but people get it. When you're truthful and honest, you're like, hey guys, we're having a tech problem. They understand. But I think the hardest thing sometimes is just to push the button, no matter how hard or how. Yes, push the darn button. And so we partnered with Facebook when I was at the Weather Channel and had to do over 100 live videos a month.
Wow.
Not just over a year, a month. And so I had to learn very quickly that you can't be perfect. And what we learned was, we did some of the lives in our studio, which was for TV, overproduced everything. It was basically watching TV on social. And we realized that people just it wasn't resonating with people. They related more to having like someone like Jim Cantori, one of our on-camera meteorologists, going live in a commercial break, running from one studio to the next, showing behind the scenes kind of stuff. And so I think during this day and age with everything that's going on, doing live video, seeing what your customers, your followers need, what solutions you can help resolve for them. Because a lot of times they have a problem. I mean, businesses, depending on if you're a restaurant, brick and mortar, you're struggling right now. People need solutions to their problems, and you can ask them flat out what your problems are. That's why I love live video, because that two-way conversation you can connect to. Once you push the button, you can connect to anyone around the world and have a priceless conversation. And so I think that's one of the things I love about live video is the connection that you can get. And I've connected with so many people, you know, including you, Dave, through social media too. It's wonderful. It's fascinating. And
It's
so
amazing how we continue to stay connected, even though we're so
yes,
far apart, and we see each other's lives and what's going on and how can we help each other. And wow, they're doing something really interesting. I'd like to be a part of that. Or, you know, it just really
yeah.
just amplifies things tenfold. Of course, there's the bad side of it all, but, you know, you try and stay away from that and stick
Yes,
with
no,
what's
no.
important.
Yeah, absolutely. And so like my tips for I've done so many, either giving the forecast or just live video when I was at the Weather Channel and now at Agora Pulse, because we have 3 weekly live shows, one which is in our Facebook group, Social Pulse Community, which we geek out about social media every day, which you can definitely join. I encourage you to do so. It's free. And then also basically on LinkedIn, Periscope, Facebook, and YouTube, we go live on Wednesdays at noon, which is Social Media Lab Live. And then we have Social Pulse Weekly on Fridays at 2:00 Eastern. But we do a lot of live videos, and I believe consistency is key. If you can, you can go live like the first Wednesday of every month, or if you have enough content for a weekly live show, do that as well. But I do think consistency is key. But when you're first testing out lives, it's okay to test out a couple of random times and see where your audience is and where they consume the video. I think that's really good at learning that aspect of it. And one of my key tips is you always want to be able to have enough live content to last probably at least 5 to 7 minutes. If not, I would like 10 to 20 minutes, honestly. Facebook recommends at least 10, but you know, if you don't have enough to talk about, you can split up that in about like 3 to 4 videos if it's under 10 minutes, you know, and sometimes it's important. People still want to go live with only 7 minutes of content. That's fine. But you have to understand that people might not see the live until toward the end. So you want to just keep that in mind if you're looking for feedback and other things. But if you're showing something cool and it's going to be done in like 10 minutes, then I totally understand that. But that's one of my most important things. And also, you know, seeing people, we've got Deb Mitchell in the house.
Yep.
So Deb is our community manager at Agora Pulse. And so it's important. So for live video, this is a good tip for live video. It's important to have, if you can, an employee, or if you're a solopreneur, a friend help drive the comments in your live video. So this is Deb right here. She's amazing. And so she even heard me mention our Facebook groups, Social Pulse Community, and she put the link in right there. But having someone helping monitor comments, driving the conversation, that's really important. And that can help out with your live video as well. And then another fun thing really quick, Dave, is that if you're nervous about going live, you can actually go live on your personal Facebook profile and limit it to only you being able to see it. So you can watch yourself. So you can you can do that. Or Sean Cannell had a great tip where he had one of his employees go live every single day doing an Instagram story or Facebook story. And so after an entire year, you've done like 365 stories. And so you're that much more confident. Like seeing yourself on camera is nothing. And having to do something on camera is a piece of cake, like second nature. So think about those kinds of fun tips that can really help make, you know, live video or the stress of it a lot easier.
Oh my God, there's so much that you just nailed.
I'm sorry, I threw a lot at you, Dave.
Oh my God, I'm like absorbing. It's interesting because so watching you guys just recently at Agora Pulse did a bunch of social, like, was it a week of social or what was it? I
Social Pulse Week. Yeah.
And so I kept tuning in every few days or every other day. No, every day kind of to see, because there was always something interesting I wanted to hear. And I always noticed that there was, I don't know if it was Deb or other people as well, but they would always put the comments up. And that was something I never thought about, because when I go live, it's me in my room doing my thing, you know, in my huge office here. Actually, this is a green screen, everybody. You know, oh, so-and-so said that, I better comment on that. But having my wife, who's probably just having coffee, doing nothing right now, she'll kill me for that later. But
No.
she could literally be in there and typing things out as well, helping me out as I'm going live. So that's a great tip. First of all, I love that.
Yeah.
And then you talked about, and something in my course I did that I talked about in a big training module is planning it out. This is what we're going to bring to the table for our live. We're going to talk about this. We're going to plug this. We're going to answer questions here, and then we're going to cut it. The worst thing, right? I think you would agree, is to just hi everybody who are here, and this is what's going on, and I mean, you really have to have it as a show because it's a live show, right?
Yes. And you want to get people excited for different things. You want people to hang around. You don't want people to just join and drop off.
Right.
So teasing different things. If you have trivia at the end, like we do on our Friday show, and we give away an Agora Pulse t-shirt or a mug, do that kind of stuff. Pump people up, get people excited. And what I like to do is I like to ask questions to the people I interview, but then also ask the audience the same questions. So then we can pop those comments on our live and really get a good conversation going. And sometimes the conversation in the comments doesn't even have to do with what we're talking about, but it's fun to watch because people, like fellow people that are in the same situation, are, helping each other out and answering questions and everything, which is so awesome, which I love.
One of the things that you talked about, doing trivia contest stuff. So when Facebook first kind of started live video, I don't know how many years ago, but I was doing, I would do a show where I would do a trivia thing at the end for movie trivia. It was a Christmas show I did every year. And basically it was, I had tons of products that manufacturers send me to test out for me to resell eventually, hopefully. And a lot of them didn't make it, and some of them did. And so I was, and my wife's like, you got to do something with all this stuff. I'm like, I'm going to give it to the people. So I would do this live show, and we would have, I would do movie trivia, and sometimes I would pick gangster movies or movies from the 40s or whatever, and people would have to answer. And the way they answered was with just in the comments. But that wasn't very fair because I'm seeing someone who's different at the time that they get the comment in could be slower than someone who actually did the comment, but I'm seeing it at a different time and then they are. So they might have been the winner, but really, so I had to go, whoever I see is going to win. But anyway, there's tons of ways. There's like virtual spinners now, and there's a lot of ways to do fun contests, and I will agree that was one of the most engaging things that I ever did, and I have to bring that back every time. So, thanks for reminding me about that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's one of the things is you want live video. Live video is meant for conversation. If you're just going to talk on video, then don't go live, just record a video. But it's meant to be engaging and fun and having a conversation. And Facebook likes it when that happens. It bumps that live up in the algorithm. They're like, oh, wow, people are really conversing and engaging and commenting. Let's push this up into more people's feeds so they can see it, because we think if this many people are liking it, then they will too. So you got to think about that. You want to make it engaging and fun. And most of all, be yourself, because I think it's good to do your research and watch several different live videos from entrepreneurs to brands and pick out pieces that you like, but understand that every person, every brand is different. And one of the biggest places that you can start with live video is telling your true authentic story or your brand's true authentic story, where they came from. One of the things we found at Agora Pulse, we had a customer. He wasn't our customer. He was on the fence. He wasn't sure. Saw our CTO speak at a conference in Europe. And our CTO was talking about the background of Agora Pulse, why they started it. He fell in love with the company just based on the passion and what we were doing and creating. And that made him switch and want to use Agora Pulse. So you never know what could trigger someone to buy your products or do this or do that. So, telling your story, nobody else has the same story, can make you really stand out. Because one of the things, as Dave, is a lot of people are doing live video right now. And even just breaking through regular social media noise, you got to figure out a way to be uniquely yourself and stand out. You don't want to be like everyone else.
Mm-hmm. There's I can't think of his name right now. Jeff Shea. Do you know Jeff?
No, I don't know Jeff Shea.
Oh, okay. So he's with the Social Media Marketing World guys and is on their show every week. But he does a show, I want to say once or twice a week. he
Oh, wait,
whittled.
Jeff C.
Jeff
Yes,
C,
yes,
not
yes,
Shay. Okay,
yes,
I
yes,
got it. All
yes.
right.
I was like, wait, who are you talking about? Yes, I
But
love Jeff. Jeff
he
is
does
amazing.
get a lot of people watching him whittle and talk. And I'm like, my God, that is amazing, you know?
Yes, yes, he is. I forget what it's called. Deb, who's watching, can you maybe look at it's the
The
whisker
whiskered
wood carver?
woodworker.
Or
Oh,
yeah, wood carver,
wood
something like
carver.
that.
Yeah.
So he works for Social Media Examiner, but he's amazing. He goes live at like 5 o'clock every day, I think,
Every
during
day,
the week.
yeah.
And he just relaxes and carves, and it's like who was the famous painter that was like, I'm gonna paint clouds, happy clouds.
Oh, the guy with the beard and the big hair?
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's something that stands out. Another live, if you're thinking about lives to do, which they're not doing it anymore, but there was an agency in Kansas, Julie Riley solely owns it now, but they did a live video every Friday, and it was actually from a brewery, which you may not be able to do right now, but it highlighted a person or a company doing something good in their community. Had nothing to do with them or their service or anything. It was all about community building. And when you think of community, every business is in the business of trust and building community, right? If you don't have a community of people that love you, that love your product, you really don't have anything. And so that helped with different collaborations and really helped their business to thrive in their town, in their city. So that's kind of something that you can think about as well. And Deb shared Jeff's YouTube channel. Deb, you're awesome. That's on fire right now.
Yeah, Deb. I mean, does Deb have iOgrapher tools? Because I got to send her something, at least a backpack.
Yeah.
So
No, Deb.
know.
I don't know if Deb has anything.
Well,
so yeah,
Deb up because she's kind of working for me right now too. I like it.
I like it. No, oh my God, you're so awesome, Dave. And so that's something that you can think of. And one of the most important things I learned doing live video, especially at the Weather Channel, is like in our big, huge studio, we would lose internet signal. Like some signal was better in some parts of the building, some wasn't. So if you're doing a walking live, I encourage you to walk your path and look at the bars on your phone or whatever device you're going on. This was the phone at the time. Make sure it doesn't drop below 3 bars, because if it drops below 3 bars, there's going between 3 and 2. It's dropped on us before. And I've realized lighting is so important. I didn't realize how important lighting was. Like we have like lighting people. I'm like, whatever. No, like if you are dark, like when you think of people, thumbing through different live videos and looking at things, bright things catch.
Absolutely.
Yes. It looks more professional, and bright things catches people's attention. And so lighting is very critical. I did not realize that. And I actually don't have the best light where I am right now. I need to improve that.
We're going to help you, by the way.
Yeah, you guys are going to help me. So it's raining right now. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and you can clearly see it's not a sunny day because it's kind of dark behind me. One thing I do need is I need a light on the floor. It's something that people don't think about. I need a light. Yes, I need a backlighting on the floor and probably something higher up, just on either side. I'm actually in the middle of moving my office right now, or my
home office.
Yeah, my virtual live set. So that's why things are not quite what they normally are. I'm using the natural light from 2 different windows right now to light my face.
Wow,
but
it's not horribly bad, I'll tell you. It looks pretty good.
Well, thank you. So, but lighting is very important, and also audio is so important.
Audio is everything. I preach that till the sun comes down. The video can be a little fuzzy. The video can be a little dark. And if I hear you perfectly clear, that's fine. I'll keep watching if it's interesting. But once that audio starts getting patchy, forget it. I'm done. I won't watch it.
Yeah, and you really got to think about it. I mean, it's like you've got 5 to 10 seconds maybe to fix that audio or do something. Otherwise, people are like, "Well, I don't have time for this," and they move past it. And one of the things you'll appreciate this, Dave. So we did, because we had fancy studios when I was at the Weather Channel. And before hurricanes and stuff like that, we had our hurricane specialist and other senior meteorologists. We do live videos with them. But because the fancy studio with our fancy cameras anyway didn't work that well, we'd be in the studio, but I've had my phone, right? And I would kind of zoom in and walk around. Well, I would use like a multi-case that you guys offer, but to keep it steady, especially if we're going to go live for 15 minutes or more, you'll want something like that, because my arms would be shaking. I'd be like, guys, can we end this already? Just because, I mean, you got to think, if you're not used to holding something steady, it helps so much. Even when like you've got the grip right there, so I could put one hand off and like look at comments and stuff and not be scared I'm going to drop the camera, the phone, or anything like that. So I would say like my top things for anyone for basic live, I know some people may not have a big budget, is the bendable tripod, the flexible tripod. So you can connect it to anything, a multi-case, and a selfie light. Those are the three things. And one more, if you can get it, is a microphone. But that is basically that setup. I have that exact same setup, and I can't believe it.
Wow, go figure.
Yeah, I do. I have that. I have the backpack and everything. And it's amazing, guys. I hook that stuff anywhere. Having a flexible tripod is everything, because it's amazing how you can create a really cool virtual experience by placing them all different places. But those are the main things. People think you need something fancy to go live. If you're tight on money and you don't have it, those are the basic things. And even if all else fails, use your phone. And an iPhone is like an amazing thing. An Android I had before. They all work wonders. The biggest thing is, if you're thinking about going live, write out a plan, brainstorm some ideas, understand the goals, what you're trying to measure, what you're trying to do, and make sure you lay out a good plan. Test it out different times to find the most optimal time for your audiences. Now, that may be different. We live stream at Agora Pulse. We simul stream basically on multiple social channels. It might not be the best time for all of them, but we'd like to get it out there. But you could find that it's better to go live on Twitter, on Periscope on Tuesdays at like 3 p.m. And it's better to do a Facebook Live on Thursdays. Now, if you don't have the time to do all of that, because we all don't, we're all crunched for time, right? We simulcast everywhere. And there's different tools too, but really just do it. And once you do it once, you're like, wow, that wasn't too bad. And then just keep going with it. And one of the biggest things is I usually watch my lives after the fact. I have a watch party the next week.
Wow.
So that allows more engagement on that live, but allows me to watch the live. And that way I can be like, assess, okay, so, how is this going?
What didn't work, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So, so I love doing that.
So you touched about the audio and the simplicity of things. One of the things I preach too is that if you don't have tools, you don't have a budget, you have a phone though, you know what? Use your earbuds, plug them in. It's kind of like the poor man's lavalier mic, but it's going to sound light years better than having no microphone at all. Go shoot near a lamp or something where you can bring some light into yourself, or open windows, or things like that. But the key thing is the content, and you touched on that a million times. It's what you're bringing to the party. What are we going to learn? Are you the local little bakery? You're going to show us how you make your amazing baguettes, or what? I don't know, whatever. That's made me hungry right now. But it's like those are the kind of things I'm trying to tell. And I talk to a lot of local businesses, because one of the big things during this time is that I've been going and supporting them, buying foods and stuff like that. Because I loved them before. I want them to be around when it's all back to normal. So, and I tell them, have you thought about, doing a little live video once, because you're not as busy as you are during the normal time, show how you make this, and you talked about social media too earlier. This cafe down the street, Mary Lane Cafe. Shout out to Mary Lane. So I get breakfast from her twice a week, bacon and egg deal, delicious. And then she makes on Tuesday. So she basically opened from the morning till about 3, and then she's done. Well, she started to realize that people around the community were, there's a lot of elder people, and they were wanting some different supplies. She started to buy stuff from the restaurant suppliers, and like toilet papers and things like that. And would have them there so they didn't have to go to the market and deal with all that. And there was like turning into a general store. And then she realized, you know what? On Tuesdays, I'm going to throw a Taco Tuesday. And she makes the best Taco Tuesday. You go in there, you order in the morning, you pick it up at 5, 6 o'clock. She stays around, and people were raving about it. We had I think it's called the Next Door Neighbor app, or I don't know the name of the app, but
Yeah, next door. Yeah.
So so I posted in there, hey, Mary Lane is doing this Taco Tuesday. Here's some photos of the one I just ate. Oh my God. And she got slammed. And then people started to comment, she's the nicest lady. I mean, we were like at, I want to say like 160 comments, like that. And so she got a robust business. And then I always kid her. I said, people love you so much, they're going to make a statue of you. And after this is all over in the community.
No. I know. I love that.
But it's like, you have to kind of think outside the box right now to remain relevant and to be in people's faces, because we're all listening to other, crazy things. And, let's focus on what's important in our lives, right? And bring back a little bit of normality. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, no. You keep going. You're on a roll.
One of the big things in what I talk to people about is that they understand, I have to do this, but I'm terrified. I don't want to be on camera. I don't look good on camera. I'm horrible on camera, blah, 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 blah. And I kind of talk about, hey, well, you can go live and present a slide deck if you want. That's all that people see. But the whole point of it is that people are connecting with the person that's talking. They want to see a real person. And what do you recommend for people that are just terrified of it and just don't want to do it?
So
that's their like barrier. That's what's stopping them.
So you don't have to do live video, but it's a great way to connect with your audience. So I encourage you just to try it. And I think I mentioned it earlier in the live, but either do stories or you can fix your settings on your Facebook profile so only you can see that one particular post, which is live video, and do that. I mean, and you have to understand that even experts, and right now we're all on the same playing field, right? All the live TV shows right now are from people's homes. So if you're worried about your background or, not being good or looking good, you've got celebrities going on with no makeup. If you're worried about being perfect, all that stuff, this is a very unique time where we're all on a unique playing field, and it's where stars are going to thrive and rise, right? And so forget about being perfect or this, do your research, have a plan, and then just press the button. It's so hard to do, I know sometimes, but then once you do it, you'll be so glad you did. And every live after that gets easier and easier. But what I can say is, and even if you don't want to do an Instagram story or you don't want to test it out on your personal profile, just record video. Just flip your camera around and pretend like you're live. I mean, like, hey guys, what's going on? I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and see what you like and what you don't like. But get yourself in the rhythm. I think most people, even I don't like watching myself. I'm like, oh God, I'm like, there I am. But like they just get like squirmy, about watching themselves, but you'll get used to it. And so, and then you'll realize, wow, this is really fun. Like I love live video right now. And my boss, who is my producer of the show, like we can go beyond an hour sometimes. And he's like, geez, Jen, we really got to wrap it up early today. But it's my way because of social distancing. It's my way of like communicating with people and having fun. And so for me, I'm like, can we have another live show? Just because
absolutely.
You want to enjoy it. You want to enjoy it. And once and the best advice too is like on your first live video, have like 4 to 5 friends be watching and helping comment as well, boosting you up. That is a big
like
thing.
A private group or something and just invite some close people. This is what I'm planning to do. Do I sound good? Does it look okay? Is my topic good? Oh yeah. Then you can kind of fine tune things.
Yes. All of that. So, and it's not as, there are so many people going live. It's not as intimidating as you think. It's only as intimidating as you make it in your head. It's really easy, actually. Think about it like that. It's super, like, it's a piece of cake, basically. Once you have your outline and everything you want to do, and once you're done with your live, you can just end it. And let's say you go for a live and you're on for 5 minutes and you get nervous or something happens, you just end the live and be like, you know what, thanks for joining me. We'll be back again next week, or say something like that.
Yes,
100%. You don't have to do a 30-minute to an hour-long live your first time. Test it out for 5 to 10 minutes. See how it goes. But, understand the most important thing is understand something will go wrong at some point. It's technology, whether it's Facebook itself that's dropped some of the lives that I've done, whether it's a tool you're using like StreamYard or something else. Everything has a glitch or something at some time.
Or the
You might have
cuts out, or there's a
yes,
yeah.
things will happen. And just roll with it, guys. Roll with it. That's what you have to do. And it happens to everyone, even on these national shows or, international shows around the world right now, and they're doing live video. They run into internet problems or technical issues, and we're all human. And, everyone gets it. Everyone's like, darn it, another technical issue or something like that. People get it. So just be true to yourself and be honest. And, you can do this, that you have to get the intimidation out and just be like, this is easy. This is fun. And you love this. Look at Deb Mitchell.
So Deb Mitchell is saying content is key. And that's pretty much the biggest thing, the takeaway today is that content is everything. If we have our ducks in a row and we come to the story and you're passionate about what you're talking about, it's going to resonate onto your live video and people are going to want to watch, If you're humdrum and you're like, I'm talking about calculus today, and then but if you're really excited about it, it really transfers over to people watching, and they want to watch it. So that's amazing.
Yeah. Your vibe attracts your tribe, right?
And so your vibe attracts your tribe. I love that. Was that an original, Jennifer?
No. Oh, that's like that's a known quote, kind of. I don't know from who. Okay. I don't know. But the thing is, you got to be positive, be fun, think about the lives, if you haven't really watched that many live videos, do that. Just Google like live people or live personalities, live interviews, and just see how people do it and see what you like and don't like. But keep in mind, those that perform well are funny. They're engaging. They're just like, they incorporate their audience. And so you can do that too. It takes practice, but just like learning any new skill or doing anything in your life, it's going to be a little intimidating and a little like anxious, nervous, but then you get used to it and it's fun and it's awesome. And it's such a great way to connect with people. I can't.
Well, I have, my cousin Dolores, who might be watching, but she was in the event planning world. And of course, it all went to kaput. And so she was trying to reinvent herself at home. And she loves to craft stuff. And her big vibe is that she loves Hawaii, like loves the whole Hawaiian. I mean, who doesn't? But she absolutely loves Hawaii. And so she started to make these wooden earrings, necklaces out of different Hawaiian beads and stuff like that. And really, and coming with a story about how she just loved Hawaii, how she went with her parents and just fell in love with it. And so I said, you got to get on Etsy and sell these things because they're beautiful. She hand paints everything. It's amazing. And then I said, okay, now that you're on Etsy, we're going to go live. She goes, oh, I don't want to go live. No, you're going to go live. And so the first one, all of a sudden she had like 9 people. And then the next one was 23 people. And then it goes for 40. And now I can't stop her. She's addicted. She just loves to talk. She's able to, she's doing these spinning games, spin the wheel. Oh, pick a lay number. You like that lay? Oh, well, this is what you're going to get. You can get these earrings now for 50% off because you picked that lay. Here's the link, blah, 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 blah. So,
I want to watch this. You're going to have to send me the links.
The link. Yeah, she loves it. And then it's funny because she turned me on the other day and I have a demo with them. And I don't know if you know Comment Sold. Have you heard of them? Comment Sold?
Comment Sold? I'm not sure if I have or not.
I've never heard of them. And I guess they've been around for a year. But they basically turn your live feed into the home shopping network. This is how many are sold on the top. This is how many we have left. You guys like this, the new iPhone here? Okay, comment sold in there, right? Sold iPhone 10. And then it'll send them a link in Messenger. Buy this right now. Boom, here you go. Here's whatever. So it's literally home shopping network on Facebook. So I'm like, I can't wait to do this demo with them and learn more about it because I would love to do a live show, talking about my products, but how to use them in the field, how to do different things with them, and then have people be able to buy them at discounts on the show. And
yes, you need to do this, Dave. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, so I was really thrilled. But anyway, she's been diving into all this research about how to get even more out of it on her live videos, and it cracks me up. So when people tell me I don't want to go live, it makes me laugh, because I know after the first time they do it and someone engages with them in there, and it's like, oh wow, you're chatting with me? Oh yeah, that's cool. That's a great question. And it's just amazing. So I think that's fantastic.
And you get momentum too. I love that story. That's like perfect. And you got to understand that it's going to take people. Jen Herman, who's an Instagram expert, says this, and it's very true. It takes people 4 to 6. Like if you're testing something different, whether it's live video or you're going to start doing Instagram stories or doing some different kind of content somewhere, give it 4 to 6 weeks to really see if it works, because you got to give time for your audience to learn, hey, I'm doing live video now, and you're going to find this, hey, I'm doing this. So you got to really test it out before you're like, oh, I only did it twice and it failed. No, keep going. Consistency is key. Some of the most well-known YouTubers out there did a new YouTube video a week for 5 years or more. It's the consistency that'll pay off. And you're waiting for that opportunity, that time. Like your audience will exponentially grow, not just gradually, exponentially once you get to that point. And another thing is you want to provide value, which, like you said, is it your cousin?
My cousin, yeah, Dolores, yeah.
Yeah, you want to provide value. That's the biggest thing. Give people a reason to watch. Give people excited to watch. Provide something for free before you try and like sell like something. And then you can like sell an add-on or do something else. But provide that value. As you said, like people don't want to be sold to. They can smell that from a mile away. But if you share really useful information, it makes it easier to, tag that on at the end.
No, I totally agree. So we talked about that. So those are all just the best tips. This is why I knew I'd love to have you on for my first guest ever. And I might just end the show after this. I don't need anybody else.
Stop. No.
But so right now we're using StreamYard.com, and I'm able to, through another app, and I don't think they're conflicting with Agora Pulse, but Restream. So no. Restream is .io is an app that I use to syndicate this Facebook Live out to YouTube, Periscope, YouTube, Periscope, and LinkedIn. So that allows me to get all this amazing information from you, send it out live to these other channels at the same time. I don't have to be there every second, but I could have people there answering comments and stuff. But it's amazing to have that technology. Now, on the flip side of that, Agora Pulse, okay? As a business owner, I need to work on building, like I'm doing 3 tutorials today. I'm going to be wiped out at the end of the day. So I'm doing 3 tutorials, video tutorials. I got to shoot 4 angles. I'm going to edit all of the stuff. And then do I have time to go post on Facebook, Instagram, all my places? No, but I'll tell you what, I could spend one day a week to go on Agora Pulse and set everything up, schedule all my places that I'm going to, read what I love a lot is that I can see all the comments from different places that I have stuff posted, including ads and stuff that I have out there. I'll see people have commented on things like that, and it'll get me to, I don't have to go check every single place. And I think that is what the biggest plus about Agora Pulse is. I mean, what would you say?
Well, there's multiple things. We have hashtag groups, which I don't know if you use them, Dave, if you schedule Instagram content.
Do you have any screen share stuff you can do or show the interface of Agora Pulse or no, that's not available?
Well, it might not be available. I would be showing our true Agora Pulse, which would probably be fine. But so the biggest thing is I came from when I was at the Weather Channel for a couple of years, we didn't have a tool. And so doing stuff natively on all the individual platforms can be very cumbersome. Yeah. So what I love about Agora Pulse, first of all, is just scheduling in general, but also listening, because you can listen to the sentiment around your brand. But there's so many fun tools where you can queue content and schedule it to reschedule at different times. So you can schedule the specific times that you want content to go out. You have hashtag groups, which makes it so much easier when you're scheduling stuff for Instagram. And we also have The Instagram API does not allow you to schedule stories, but we have a hack that you can do that
Whoa,
through
what is
our
that?
platform
Because
as
that's
well.
really
So yeah, so it's technically not going through their API, but we're able to do it and make it easier for you. So there's so many different great features. Instant reporting is one of the biggest things that I love, because my executives at my prior job would want things quickly. And this allows you to brand your reports. You can actually upload your logo to your reports. And it's literally, you just click PowerPoint or slides or whatever. And within less than 60 seconds, you have all the reporting you need in your email that you can immediately send to executives or anybody you want. So it's a super easy, out of all the tools I think I've used, Agora Pulse is the easiest. And why I moved from Weather to Agora Pulse is because Agora Pulse is like a family. It's a startup. I guess you can't really call it a startup anymore. We have over 80 employees, I think, but we genuinely, and not that others don't, but we genuinely care about, making sure you have an amazing experience, and you can vote on different features, the next feature that you want. And so, we've got Dave in here. Oh, look at
sorry.
it.
Well,
Oh,
you're making me now. I'm going to have to do a tutorial, I guess, on all this, because I just love it so much and I want to share it with people. But this is the Agora Pulse. This is what I see in the morning. I see my inbox. If I want to go to, this is my iOgrapher. It's funny because no matter how much work I do, it's always 99 plus, because I can never get it ended. I have so much stuff going on. But this is one of the brands I have, Case Lens. This is my Instagram right here. I can see all of this instead of going through my individual Instagram posts all the time, and I can see what they're saying. This is my LinkedIn. I got to add my LinkedIn page to this as well, but here's all my LinkedIn.
You can add Facebook groups too.
Facebook, I got to add all that. Yeah. So there's even more stuff I haven't added yet. This keeps me plenty busy with just this. So, even my YouTube channel here. Let's see. Someone's asking me about a adapter. So, this is just a godsend. So let me ask you this about you were talking about the hashtag groups. What do I do for that?
So go up to where you want to publish, where you're about to publish a post.
Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, so this is how you do this. You can publish whatever you want here. Here's the hashtag group. Okay, so if I click on that, I think I set one. Oh, I did. I set this up.
Yeah,
but
so
I don't think I know the whole thing of the story behind it. So tell me more.
And so click the pencil right there to the right, and you can see what hashtags you have in there, and you can add more. So you named it iOgrapher, but you can have as many hashtag groups as you want based on different kinds of content. And this is mainly for like Instagram, because I think you should max out those 60 Instagram or 30 Instagram hashtags. And there's a great Jen Herman. This is a Jen Herman again. Her hashtag kind of formula is you want to do a third of that, 10 that are in the hundreds of thousands or maybe around 1 million. And then about 10 that are between about a couple 100,000, like 1 to 200,000. And then you want to niche down with hashtags that measure around like 10,000 or less.
Okay.
So that's her little formula. Now on Twitter, I like 3 to 5 hashtags max. And now Facebook is becoming more searchable with hashtags. Before, hashtags were worthless on Facebook. Now it's something to think about.
Right. That just really came into play like a week ago or so, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. So, but hashtag groups are mainly for the 30 Instagram ones. So you're not retyping them all the time, and you can have different ones. I don't want you shouldn't use the same hashtags on every single post, because it limits your audience and your reach. But you can have multiple hashtag groups and mix it up a little bit, which is something that we make it so much easier.
This would be iOgrapher lens group or something.
Yes.
And I would have, and now if I had that set up, let's just say I had that set up, would I make another one for like something else and another one for something else? But now would
whatever's easier for you.
Would these be the 30? And if I added that here, are those 30 going to go out to Facebook and all the other places too, or just to Instagram, or how do you do that? Or
it would go everywhere. It would go everywhere on the post. So the thing is, you can select Facebook. You could publish on all the platforms we have, and so what you can do. So if you select, go to Facebook and Twitter as well. your Twitter accounts. If you can do that.
There's my Twitter and there's my Facebook. Yep.
And so type something. So we can.
What is this 5,000? Oh, this is the character limit, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And so click off of YouTube for a second. So you don't go to YouTube. And so there you go. So what you can do, see how the lines underneath the bird for Twitter?
Mm-hmm.
So you can edit that. So click edit. So, and then edit that to add something else to the end of it. And then just, you can be done with it. So then switch to Facebook, click the Facebook icon, and you can see Facebook stays with what it was, but then go back to Twitter. That's great. Yeah. Okay. So you can still publish everything at the same time, but you can edit things as you need to.
So now should I grab the hashtags to put them into my, Instagram thing here or something? Or
yeah, you can select Instagram and you can do that. Now you would probably reduce those hashtags. You need to add a photo or a video for Instagram, right. But then you can select the hashtag group. So you can do the hashtag and then select it. And then it adds the hashtags that you have in there, and you can space them out how you want it, enter, and return that. And what I love about publishing Instagram through Agora Pulse is that a lot of people, you have the periods between the spaces, to force the spaces. You don't have that in Agora Pulse. You don't need periods or anything. You'll get the automatic spaces as you space it out, which makes that easier too and looks cleaner and neater.
Yeah, no, this is, and here you could add it to a queue. You can schedule it. So let's just say we'll schedule it. Oh, that runs a video, so we're not going to give that one. And there you go. Monday I'm doing this, Tuesdays are that, Wednesdays, and it just makes it so much better and faster. If you spend, 1 day a week getting content together, or how many days you want, and then just scheduling it, extend 1 day just hammering this out. You can put stuff for a month or a year or whatever, just
yes,
have
you
it
can
ready
schedule
to go.
out for years. Yeah, beyond whatever you want to do. And so I love the calendar too, because it allows you to see everything. And if you have a big team of people, you can add those people and have different roles on there as well. So you can limit people as moderators, editors, all that stuff. So it's really great for teams too.
And this is where if you're a solopreneur, you could find virtual assistants, people out there that can do stuff like this for you. It's really simple. Make a Google Drive file of all the content you want. They can go in here and spend a couple of hours putting it all together, and then they're done for a month. You literally could do that stuff. And that way it helps you concentrate on making the content, which is everything. So This is a great, great tool. New reports, I haven't seen this yet, but I'm assuming it has all the kind of stuff, all my fans.
It's easy, clean. You can look at different dates. You can backdate. It's amazing how instantly things can come up. And you can scroll down and look all at your listening to. So
what is this? So tell me about this. I'm sorry, I'm asking you to do like a demo for me right now, but what does fans and followers do?
So fans and followers, what you can do is you can add separate tags. So it shows that Deb is engaged. So you can add different rules and different labels, and you can label them once you're in your inbox to people. So if if there's an influencer, micro influencer, this or that, and it automatically tags them. So you can say, oh, this is something we need to pay attention to. Yeah. Yeah. And so that way, if you're running a campaign, you can look at influencers, or you can look under your different labels and under your different tags and do that. So it's kind of like an all-in-one.
This person's been writing about using our products, blah, 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 blah. Let's keep them in mind, whatever.
Yes, yes.
This is fantastic.
So it does all that too.
Yeah, so this is Agora Pulse, people. It's an amazing tool. There's a 28-day free trial. At the very least, try it out for 28 days and see if it helps your social media experience with getting new followers, getting people engaged with your brands. It's endless.
Yeah, and so you can just go to agorapulse.com and you can schedule a free demo, and you got all the information there. We have lots of free tools on there as well. Also our blog with so much information. And then you can also join our Facebook group as well, which is Social Pulse community, and that's for anyone. We have people from multiple different social media tools in there just geeking out about social media every day. So yeah, you can see all our free tools that we offer with ads reporting, Facebook page barometer, and Facebook page barometer and Twitter report card are great because it gives you an instant snapshot of how your page and your Twitter account compare to your competitors.
I haven't even played with this yet. I know what I'm doing today.
Great.
I'm
So yeah, and then
all my competitors.
Yeah.
Now I can dominate them. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so it's so much fun. It's so awesome. So if you're interested, check us out. We're not, the perfect tool for everyone and everyone's needs, but I think we're pretty awesome.
No,
so
I will attest to that. This is a great, great tool. Here's the free trial. They even have book a demo, which is huge to me. Anytime I come to an app, if I don't see book a demo, if I just get sent to watch a video, I'm like, no, I don't want you. I wanted a live person to walk me through how it works, and then I will give you my money. Yes. Like if I was buying a car or whatever,
Yes, it's 1,000%.
I want to know. I want to see it. I'm a visual learner. I can watch how you do this all. I mean, I just learned a ton of stuff from you today, so I'll send you a check.
Yeah.
But now this is great. So that's Agora Pulse, everybody. Woo, that was a lot of stuff. You're so amazing. I'm just thrilled to have had you for my first guest. People you can ask where they can find you at where?
So you guys can follow Agora Pulse everywhere on all the social channels, just at Agora Pulse. And then you can follow me on Instagram at Jennifer Weather, on Twitter at jwatson_WX. So, and I can answer any questions personally you have about Agora Pulse or live video or anything else. I can even hop on a call. Just shoot me a message on Twitter or Instagram. So,
I mean, people, you couldn't know a nicer person in the world, and just thrilled to have you on today, Jennifer. Thank you again. And anything I can do for you, I'm here for you guys. And I'm definitely got to get Deb some gear. So let's talk off camera and get Deb hooked up.
Woo! Sounds awesome. Thank you, guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of the week.
We'll talk soon.
Okay.
Take care. Cheers.